We don't have to buy him, do we? That's opinion of Ben, isn't it? Remember that they used to buy the first son, the uncle? I think Matt bought Richard. Oh my.
I never heard of such.
I never heard of
No,
such
we
a
never
thing.
did
Opinion of
that.
Ben, yeah.
No,
I
we
do
didn't do
know
that.
Opinion of Ben?
Look who's here.
Yes.
Well, we should move the balls
He's on the
outside
phone.
and then
Yeah.
maybe.
Well, that's true, but I think we're okay.
I
I got some of the balls back. In case they want to do some exercise.
As the baby enters,
Yes.
I'll have you welcome him with me and repeat after me. Baruch,
Baruch
haba,
haba
Hashem,
Shem.
Adonai.
Adonai.
Blessed are you
Blessed
who comes. And I'm going to have the two of you read. Do you have yours? Let me grab one.
Badou l'Adonai, ki tov, ki lo, leolam chassidon.
And then read in English.
Give thanks to the Eternal who is good, whose loving kindness is everlasting.
Do you want to keep reading? Honey?
You are your mother's dreams realized, their hopes fulfilled. You are the latest and best chapter in the unfolding lives of your family. You are a bridge over which we, who welcome you, can gaze from this day into future days, from our generation into yours. You are the newest link in the endless chain of our people's history.
Oh, move out of the way, I run.
They're a step behind us. Is that your brother?
Yeah.
Big brother.
So, welcome to the Brit Milah and naming ceremony of this young child. Brit Milah has been performed over the last 4,000 years. It's the longest known Jewish rite in history. No matter who you are, whether you're Orthodox or secular or Reform or Reconstructionist, everybody seems to come back to this and bringing their son into the Brit Milah. And so it has really endured over the generations. It all started, it's written in the first book of Torah, in Genesis. God comes to Abraham and says to Abraham, I'll give you a son. Up until that point, his wife, Sarah, had been barren. I'll give you a son and a land to live on. You will thrive and you will be many and you will prosper. But in return, you must make a covenant with me, or a brit. And that covenant was milah, or circumcision. Why that was chosen, nobody really knows. Probably because it's such a difficult covenant to fulfill. Perhaps because all life stems forth from this area. We don't know for sure. But what we do know is that Abraham agreed, and his wife Sarah, at the age of 90, became pregnant and delivered Isaac. On the 8th day of life, Abraham circumcised himself, Isaac, and all of his tribesmen. And from this day forward, we've been bringing all Jewish males into the covenant through milah, or circumcision. And this child is just the latest in this long, long chain of our people's history. And we invite a special guest to each Brit Milah. We leave a chair out for him, and that's the prophet Elijah. It said Elijah comes to us at another time during the year, during Passover, Pesach, where we leave wine out for him. But he also comes to us, hopefully, during a Brit Milah, and we leave a chair out to welcome him. It's said that Elijah will be present when a child is born that performs tikkun olam, or repair of the world, where there's peace, no more war, no more pain, no more hunger, and that it's a world that we all wish we could live in. And so with each child that's born, we hope this is the child that ushers in this time that we also hope for. So we leave a chair out in hopes that he joins us today to signal that this is the child who will bring this to us. So we're going to just have you sit and come right back up. Say, Kiseh Shel Eliyahu Hanavi Zachor L'Tov.
I got you heard a little bit.
Where would you like his line? On this side or this side?
Can I put it?
Just go ahead. Do it, yeah. You got it? Yeah. Just small pads. Are you comfortable?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to to have all the grandparents read together, if you will. Right here, we are grateful.
We are grateful for new beginnings, for the bond of new life that links one generation to another. Thankful for the blessings of family, for the love and care that bring meaning and happiness to our lives. We rejoice with our child at the birth of our grandchild.
So at every Brit Milah, we light some candles. Throughout our history, depending on who's ruled the Jews at the time, whether it was the Romans or the Spaniards during the time of the Inquisition or the Nazis, frequently this is a ceremony that we have not been able to do out in the open and in freedom. Excuse me. More than 500 years ago, during the time of the Inquisition, this is actually a ceremony that was punishable by death. And so it had to go underground. And what people would do is they would take a candle and they would light it. Now, 500 years ago, a candle was much more precious than it is today. And who on earth would waste a candle to place in the window when the sun is shining outside? Well, those who knew that a Brit Milah was happening in secret inside, and so they would come in and join in the celebration. So we like to light candles to remind ourselves that this isn't always something we've been able to do out in the open and in freedom, and how lucky we are today. So Lisa and Judy are going to light the candles for us.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Guess
Why don't you want it on
top?
Well, I'll try.
We'll give one to Lisa. And one, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
one to
here,
Judy.
why don't you
That's
do,
okay.
why don't you do
Watch
it here?
yourself. Yeah, I'll do
Yeah,
that
do
one.
here, here.
Oh,
Use,
from that.
use this one to do
From
that
that
one,
one.
yeah, yeah. Yes.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay.
So before you all came, we actually did the actual Milah in private here, which you did very well with, and we said the blessings associated with it. But I'm just going to have you repeat just the first part that we read. We welcome you.
We welcome you to life with love. We rejoice in bringing this child into the Brith, the covenant between God and the Jewish people. Since the time of Abraham and Sarah, we Jews have been called to enter this covenant. As it says in Genesis, I will establish my covenant between me and you, to be God to you and to your offspring.
So I'm a shaliach, or an agent for the parents, and I brought the baby into the covenant for them on their behalf. Now we're going to say the blessing of the wine, and we're going to have Ira do that for us.
Thank you. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri haglofen. Amen.
And take a sip and read it in English for me. Well, we're going to actually give it to the parents.
Give it to the parents.
Get me in trouble with
That
the
is giving me wine.
No, I was going to do that after. Awesome.
Go ahead and read it in English, Ira. English.
Praised are you, Adonai, whose sanctity fills our lives and ripens fruit on the vine. You have sanctified our beloved from the womb, establishing your holy covenant throughout the generations. May devotion to the covenant continue to sustain us as a people